Oh, it's the paparazzi. Stay the fuck out. No, I can't be cursing, right?
No F word.
Like, no F word. Nah, alright. See how I start again because I said the F word. Nah, I don't want to start like that. How should I start?
However, just give us a tour.
This is my microphone. His name's Louis. Cause he's cheap, you know what I mean? He's not really like none of the crazy stuff. This isn't how I had it set up before. I mean, this is like my machine, my turntable, little mixer and stuff. I had a big PA thing that I use for my listening party, a vision board and stuff like that. But you can't get it. No, you can't look at that stuff. It's personal. But yeah, this is my little haven here. I have my little corner too, my inspiration corner. Feel me? Where I got all the people I look up to: Marvin Gaye, Mike, Steve, Ye, Jay, and then my two brothers right there, Eric and Nathan. Growing up, whenever I would feel the need to like be creative or do music, I would just play the drum. I limited myself mentally, or I let people limit me to just that and not progress forward with actual music and learning, you know, production, which is much bigger than just playing a simple drum. The good thing about producing nowadays is that you can produce anywhere on the spot. So I'm not saying I wouldn't need this, because I would always want to use a MIDI for the keyboards and stuff. I have a big one and pads, but sometimes you just have to use your laptop. So you use the actual keyboard. My parents got divorced when I was 7. Whenever things were getting out of hand, like I couldn't wrap my head around whatever was going on within myself and around me, music was just like a blanket. I was born into a family business, and it's like, all right, well, life is easy. All you have to do now is just take on the family business and make a shitload of money and you'll be set for life, right? But for me, it's much, much more different, because music was like really, it was like yelling at me, like, you need to do this. I had ignored it for too long because of what, you know, I was pretty much told by a lot of people, like, no, music is not it. There's no future in that, like, you can't make a career out of that, it's like hitting the lottery. They didn't really know that I had these talents or had the ability to do this. So it was kind of just like really forgetting all that stuff that these people instilled in me and just really letting go completely and just doing it. When I finally decided, yes, I'm gonna do music and I'm gonna go all the way, I just started studying and dissecting and questioning and like really asking all the questions possible. I remember Kanye in his video of doing what's it called, song with T-Pain on graduation.
Good Life?
Good Life. I forget the name of Good Life. But there's this video of him on YouTube that's really dope, where he's just like laying the drums on there. And the drums that he uses in that video sounds nothing like the ones that ended up on the actual record. So he's on the MPC and he's just like bobbing his head like. And then like it just became some hard beat. Starting off, the process was just like really figuring out sampling and how to chop. How did Kanye, how did Just Blaze, how did all these guys like do this? And what did they use? So I went really deep into that. And then from there, I just started to craft and like form my life around that. It's funny because when I first started to produce, it wasn't in my room. My boys gave me an opportunity in their studio that they had just opened.
I'd like to know, are you really ready for some?
It was good because I grew up with these guys. It was good. It was cool. Like, I'm not mad about what happened. I'm actually very grateful because taught me a great lesson that I learned very early on. And it's family, it's still family to this day. It's just like family, like things happen where there's like disagreements. Things were said like, "Oh, like you're not good." It was a good like wake up call. It's like, "Oh, you're not good. Your beats suck," kind of thing. So when that happened, like it really put a battery in my back, And I kind of like took that anger I felt at the time, and I left and I came here with it. I ended up just locking myself in my room, started experimenting with these sounds, the sample chopping, the drums, the program and all that, and then I became very invested in that. So my room ended up becoming like just my safe haven, like my place where I can just do whatever I want, like make whatever sound without other people being around and saying, "Oh, that sucks," or "Yo, we can move on to another beat," or we can do it. Like it was all my terms, my world, basically behind that door of my room. I was just starting off, and I didn't feel like I was the best, but I was gonna put my best foot forward and just drop a project. And I came up with the title "Humble Beginnings." It was the beginning, really, really, like it was the beginning of a chapter in my artistry and my creativity. It was the beginning of it. You take the technicalities and you take artistry and you make a match together and make something really cool. That was basically Humble Beginnings. Like it was the beginning of that. And then it was the beginning for me in general. Like I literally just started and I'm gonna do a beat tape. And even that moment right there that I had with my friend, like it was very humbling. And that's what sparked me to get to that point too. It began in my childhood home. I've been living here since I was 7 years old. My parents got divorced in this house. Like my parents, yeah, I seen my parents crumble here, and like it's crazy, a lot of beginnings, and it all starts here in the attic, in the room. After I dropped the Humble Beginnings project, I got pretty good reception. People then started to understand, like, yeah, I was serious about this producing thing, like, and then people started to understand too at the time, like, I'm pretty good at it. I can't say that I'm like the best yet because I don't feel that way now, but other people were coming and complimenting me and saying, "Yo, this is good, like it's really great, like keep going because you got something going." And then that led me to say, okay, now that people know me in the area, it's like, all right, next move, gotta be a studio. The flyer lands on my feed on Instagram that they're looking for interns, and I had thought to myself, I was like, I don't want to intern because that means I gotta like scrub toilets and like clean up and go on runs and stuff like that. But then something told me, do it. It's nothing. Like, just get out of your comfort zone and you'll see how the world will just unfurl for you. And I did it. I came up with a little bullshit resume and sent it up to these guys. And I started interning at 4X&G Studios in Nutley. We could go in the live room. I don't play piano. I'm teaching myself to play. Horrible. I feel like if I put at least an hour or two a day into just getting my fingers and looking at this keyboard and knowing where it's C and shit like that, like 2 hours of that, cool. Or at least 15, 20 minutes, 30, half hour. Like I'm trying to build that up. Life honestly just started changing for me overall. Like the whole year of 2018 was a complete shift because for the first time I saw the ins and outs of the music industry and how it really works. And it was somewhat of a big shock. I was like, oh my God, like there's deeper layers to this, and this is where I'm at, and this is where I want to be. In the interview for the internship, my manager, Matt, at the time, he mentioned, well, what are your skill sets? What do you know how to do? And I just told him, I just know how to produce. He's like, and that's it? I was like, yeah, I just know how to make beats. And he's like, well, let me tell you something, like in this industry, you have to be like a Swiss Army knife. So right now, with you just knowing how to make beats, you're a fork. You only have one job, and one job only is just to make beats. But there's a kid in the other room right down the hallway that could do what you do, and he can record people, and he can engineer. He could do that. He is a Swiss Army knife. He just has more than one job. He has more tools in his bag than you do. So that's a big chunk of production that helped me out. Once I made that one little sacrifice of getting out of my comfort zone, becoming an intern, and I got hired, the next big challenge was, all right, how can we make this all full time? So I just, started contacting people, recording. I just recorded somebody a day, every day, like just nonstop recording. And my manager again came through with another like gem, I would say. It's like, all right, well, you're doing this thing. What are you gonna do next? Like, all right, you know how to record people, cool. What else? Like, what else can you do? Are you planning to be the best liquor salesman? Or are you planning to be the best producer, musician that, the world has? I said to myself, all right, well, now I gotta kind of step on my dad's toes and quit the liquor store and come work at the studio full time. Because, that was the best challenge he could have said to me. Like, what are you working towards? Are you working towards being the best liquor store salesman or the best producer? Like, what is it that you want to do? And of course, I'm working towards being the best producer possible, the best me possible. So that was a new phase in my process, in my journey, that I quit my dad's liquor store, sorry dad, and started doing music full time. And that's where I am currently now in this day. My main source of income, thank God, comes through music and my talents and my abilities. So the journey took about two or three years to get to this point where it's like, all right, now I'm like a full-time music guy. It's actually not, like, it didn't kind of hit me until now, talking about it. I was like, oh, wow, that's fucking crazy. Here talking about the whole journey, it's like, all right, here we are. And it doesn't stop, like, it doesn't stop. Like, even now with me talking about this whole journey, I'm like, wow, this is, like, it started here and I'm here, but then from here, I gotta go all the way over there. And it's just the same thing, like just rinsing and repeating, like, all right, what's next? Really, what's next? What can I do to be sampled? Like later on, like, what can I do to do that? And what can I do now to just make myself a better engineer and producer overall? So it doesn't stop, the journey is like never ending, and that's the beauty of it. It just gets better with time, it really does. So I'm blessed, honestly. Well, I create because that is my purpose. Every single day I'm learning and understanding more and more that that's what I'm here for. Like, God really put me on earth to do this because there's a lot of people that's trying to do this, a lot. Everybody can say, oh, I'm a musician, I'm this, I'm that, which is good, you are, that's cool. But why are you doing it, And for me, it's not about money. I think whatever money will come is just for me to be okay and for my family to be okay, but that's not why I create. Because if it was for money, then I'd do what everybody else is doing. I'd follow their path. How can I get to this money? All right, well, you just do what he's doing. He makes these type of beats and he does this and that, and he's banking. Cool. All right, if we're doing it for money, then I could do that and that's it. But that well runs dry. So it's really just to keep inspiring myself and keep inspiring the youth, the people that are coming up. I create for that kid because I feel that God put me through what I went through growing up in order to get me to this point, to understand my purpose, to really understand what he put me here for. I really create to just inspire other people.
I'll tell you right now, I saw the ending. I saw the ending.
I saw it.
I saw the ending.
I see it with
I saw
the
ending
drone.
with this. Yeah.
With the drone
and him, I was
coming out
going
and
to
the little.
create.